Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Amacid and today we are opening up 100 sets of Magnum Opus. Now huge thank you to Missbunocu for providing these. I cannot imagine the time it would take to gather this many sets of this card. It is painful. So big shout out. Let's hope we can't make it worth their while. Now the card is an item level 100, 3 implicit synthesized item. So it's any item. It could be any type of armor. Now, what are we trying to hit here? Obviously, we're trying to hit something like a ring with +1 frenzy or +1 power charge or something. But I would say the odds of hitting that are exponentially low. We're really spinning the slot machine here. I'm not confident, but I'm hopeful. Now, this card is not cheap either. It's 110 chaos per set. Now, all in all, this makes this video just about 84 exalts worth in cards. It is brand new. Let's see what we can do for it. I haven't seen too many videos, at least, of this card at this volume. So let's hope we can hit something good. We'll start off with 10 at a time because this could end up taking, a lot of bag space, and then I'm going to be sad. So let's start off with 10. First one is a % Dex Amulet. How much is that? I don't care about the other stuff. What about the item levels? Gone. No, I don't really want. Get that off. 3.7x for a % Dex Amulet. Okay, we'll do price checks at the end. But we'll just give them a glance. So attack, cast speed. We're only gonna check the things that are like really interesting, right? Like if it's just a random base with just nothing important on it, like this is fine, right? This is interesting, but I'm not gonna go through and check every single thing. Just because otherwise that would take forever. Discipline aura effect, an ES recharge is interesting. Quality of bow gems, like this one's not particularly interesting, right? Chaos damage, lightning spells. Cold damage, max life, and evasion. Okay. So let's dump all this stuff in here. And like I said, we'll price check them all at the end and see how we did. I think 10 sets at a time feels like a good number. So it'll be 10 turn-ins. Cold damage, max life, fire res. I mean, we are doing 3 implicits, right? So chances are that one of them is going to be good, at least. Damage to spell. Like if we hit +1 bow or +1 arrow on a bow, that'd be really good. Quality, int gems, lightning, crit. I mean, I'm sure that some of these are worth something, but it's just kind of like a matter of picking out the cream of the crop. Like that's an interesting one. LE damage, lightning damage, spell damage. But I'm waiting for the credits to start rolling when we hit a max frenzy charge ring. Socket gems get a 94% cost reservation multiplier. Interesting. Definitely. We'll check them. Chaos res and armor. Like that one is assuredly not good. What was this one? Armor, chaos res, trap throw speed. Yeah. No thanks. Take out these guys. 2 more. Round 3. Nope. That one's pretty bad. That one is pretty bad. We're starting to hit some of the bad ones. Nope. Nope. Nothing good there. Quality of dex gems, but everything else not great. Lightning damage and then main stat, probably not. Quality of support gems, crit and mana. It's interesting. On a Thorium Spirit Shield, it's pretty interesting. Really like a percent main stat or percent attribute on anything is really, really good, right? And then obviously frenzy charges or things like that would be obviously a win. Okay. LE damage, cold. No, it's like the base type matters a lot too for some of this stuff, like weapons and stuff like power charge duration, chaos damage. I mean, interesting. Plus regular main stat on a belt. It's the item level is nice that we get that benefit, but a lot of his stuff we're gonna need at least a decent base. So this is spell damage. Can I make space here? I can. Spell damage, dex, and global chance to blind. I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting. But like, for example, we have a bad weapon base. It doesn't help. Does not help at all. Okay, keep going. Chaos damage, elemental damage, and strength. A bit weird. No, those gloves are not it. 6% damage per power. 6% spell damage per power charge is interesting. With a 15 wrath skill, it's very interesting. That's a very interesting one. Movement speed if corrupted. Probably not great, right? Because you could just get movement speed without being corrupted with the new implicits. Like I've got the lower one here, the 5% of my boots, so nothing crazy there. Another global chance to blind on hit. Attack speed, crit. Minion life, fire res, chaos. Because you have to kind of think about it like that, right? Like, is this better than getting some of these other implicits? Minus mana cost skills and mana reservation is interesting. Definitely an interesting one. Determination, aura effect, and mana cost of skills with armor is actually... This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. I will do my best to price check these, but obviously a lot of these are going to be just entirely unique. They're not going to have any kind of comparison. Global Fizz, regular Fizz, and accuracy. Huh. Cold crit chaos, no. Rarity, damage while leeching, regen, probably not. Lightning, chaos, no. Probably not. Fire damage, lightning, and minion damage. Why are these all so huge in terms of space? Cast speed, crit, and enemy gained by attack. And then the last but not least is this one that I don't think I can fit. I'll have to come back. All right, we'll come back. Definitely some interesting results here. Ooh, let me snag this. Yoink. Throw this thing back. Making good progress. Like I said, we need to make our money back, right? We need to get 84 exalts worth. So it's not a matter of just being good. It needs to be great. This has attack speed, which is interesting. Damage with poison, global accuracy. Okay. Attack speed, fire and lightning. Probably not. Quality, no, nothing good there. Attributes, int and cold res. Max ES, fire. Nope, not standing out there. Cold damage, ES and int, also not standing out. And last but hopefully not least is this one that I, once again, will need to... Oh no, I can do it. Incredible. Stash Tetris. Stash Tetris at its finest. I'm sure inevitably I'm going to put one aside and you guys are going to say, well, no, it's good for this build, it's good for that build, but I will do my best. Regen, Frenzy Charge duration, Fizz damage, Fizz taken for life, taking mana for life is interesting. No, nothing crazy there, no. Oh, I missed this one. Global Accuracy is good with flat attribute is pretty good. Determination, aura effect, and cold damage with poison. Okay. The idea really is that if we can hit one that has really excellent synergy between multiple of the implicits would be really ideal. That's probably wishful thinking though. Trade. I mean, some of them look like they're getting close, but most of them are not, right? Minion, cold, no. Increased flash charge gain could be. Attack speed, quality support gems. Oh boy, we're already running out of space for this one. Ellie and lightning damage. It's interesting, but probably not a huge anything to write home about. Chance to block attack damage is cool. That's a cool one. And the last one is int, evasion, and lightning res. So nothing crazy there. Again, anything in the glove, boot, helm, or chest slot needs to be very good because it needs to outweigh the benefit of an uninfluenced item that's getting hit with the Eldritch implicits. Max life, max mana, and flat int. Not bad, right? ES recovery. Lightning is extra chaos. It's kind of interesting with the chaos flat. Int, fire damage, ES recharge. Armor, nope. Damage, bleeding, lightning, just a bit all over the place. Mana cost of skills, fire, chaos, probably not. Avoid elemental ailments is interesting, but again, you can just get a better version of that, like this. So, doesn't really work. Attributes and minus mana cost of skills is interesting, but probably not. And the last card is one that I don't think oh, here, I can fit it like this. Max ES, flammability, curse specs, and dex. So, okay, I will do a pass through here and try and pull out the ones that look like they have value. And again, it will be hard to price check a lot of these because there's not going to be matches for pretty much any of them. They're all going to be essentially unique. But I will do my best, and I will be right back, and we'll see how we did. before we keep going with the video, if you really like the channel and want to show your support, a subscription is always appreciated. Additionally, we just made a Discord, so if you want to keep up with the channel and just hang out and talk, that's also a place to be. Link is in the About section of my channel. Anyway, let's keep going with the video. Alright everyone, we are back. Now, I tried to look at some of the values of these, but I'm just going to be honest, some of these, it was really difficult to tell value on a lot of these. So essentially what I've done is I've pulled out the mods that I thought were the most interesting mods here, and we'll walk through those. But before we do that, I just want to jump into the overall statistics here. So I thought it'd be very interesting if I couldn't share a lot of the values. I thought let's at least share the sort of the results in their most pure form, right? So what did we hit? What were the weights seemingly? So as you can see, for weapons I included everything that's a weapon, including wands, and bows. So bows, wands, two-handers, one-handers, everything. We hit 35 weapons out of 100 turn-ins. In terms of jewelry, so if we're counting belts as jewelry as well, so we have 6 amulets, 9 rings, and 9 belts. So that's 24 pieces of jewelry. And other gear was everything else. So body armor was the biggest of sort of all over, just generally speaking, armor. Followed by a tie in boots and, oh, sorry, not a tie, just boots. I was thinking boots and belt, but we were just kind of belt and jewelry. So boots. And then it kind of tapers off from there. So basically, if you want to hit like a max 1 frenzy charge ring, you're probably better off doing broken promises, right? Where you have a guaranteed ring. But still interesting to note that you can hit rings apparently 9 out of 100. Obviously, this is not going to be perfect. The sample size is not huge, but it is interesting to see that it does seem to be that you do get a lot of weapons, So without further ado, let's walk through some of the results that I found were interesting. We'll start with the quivers. So this one here I thought was interesting. The LE and the fire damage stacked I think could certainly be something. I feel like if I was just trying to assign values to these, I'm kind of just I'm going to have to, I'm not going to stand behind a lot of these because these are very difficult to price items. I looked at a lot of single value attributes. So like, for example, just looking at elemental damage with a high level or high level quiver, it's like an X, maybe even more. With the fire damage, it's hard to say. So I'm not going to try to put a lot of values to these. I'm just going to kind of tell you, these are the ones I thought were cool. And then if you guys think, oh my God, he missed something really obvious, it's worth a lot, then tell me because we'll learn for next time. But I pulled these out because I thought they were interesting. So this one was interesting, the LA damage and the damage while leeching. The evasion is helpful, but nothing crazy. This is kind of similar. This is following a similar trend as this one. We have LA damage with attack skills and then cold damage. Then we have the minus mana cost and reservation of skills. Now, obviously, again, this has to be better than an implicit on your Eldritch items. So I think this could certainly be in the running. I'm not honestly sure what all the Eldritch implicits are. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but I think this could be an interesting one for sure. The jeweled foil was very interesting. It's a good base for any kind of fizz user. And then you have the intimidate and the percent fizz. If it was flat fizz, probably better, but percent fizz with intimidate, I think this could definitely be something of value. So percent dex, obviously this amulet's in a bit of a tricky spot. It's really good. You wish this was on like a belt or a ring or something, because obviously if you're stacking stats right now and you're doing LA damage, you're using the crystallized omniscience, right? Like there's no doubt about it. So this would not replace that. It doesn't make sense, right? It's still interesting. I think it's probably worth something, at least a couple X probably, but nothing crazy. Unless there's a different way people are stacking stats that is not using this, it would work for sure. But for anyone using this build, it doesn't work. This one's interesting because it has the percent armor and determination. Mana cost of skills is obviously always welcome too. So I think there's definitely something here. This one was really interesting. The triple stack, I for sure see something here in terms of value. It seems like an interesting one. Even if you're just looking at lightning and LA, I think it's a lot of percent damage right there. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's do the ring next. So this one here, because there's the ES recharge and the discipline aura effect. I do think that there's something here for sure. It's not a ton, but I do think it's interesting. The fire damage could be valuable too as well, additive depending on the build. So this one here, so the spell damage per power, this is one of the few where the mod on there alone, I was like, okay, this is worth something, is at least an X just for that mod alone. If you're looking at the Wrath skill, probably not, but maybe a little something to be made there. Either way, I think the spell damage on power charge is valuable, so that's cool. And then we have this belt here. This is just kind of a unique belt. I don't know if it's worth anything, but I thought it was kind of a cool one. It has LA damage, max life, and max ES. I thought this could be cool for some kind of hybrid build, but don't know whether it's actually worth anything because, again, something like this does not exist, right? But overall, this was a really fun gamble. I do not think that that we will make our money back here, that Missbunocu is going to make their money back here. But I do think it was a very cool one, and something that could certainly turn a profit with the right hit. It's just kind of a matter of hitting it. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments, like I said, if I missed an obvious one. I'm not perfect. I don't catch everything. So let me know, and I will see you guys in the next one.